Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'd like to show you how we can run a sample code for project one. First of all, let's look at the website. So go to the GitHub. We have a total of 13 steps. We're going to start from step one, which is going to show you where we can find the root page for the localhost web page. So we want to know which directory corresponds to localhost. Actually, the directory is right here, this directory, XAMPP HDOC. So assuming you already installed XAMPP and you already start both the Apache and the MySQL. And right now we need to look at where Apache Web Server port 80 is pointing to the root. So I already created this index.html, which you need to create yourself. It's pretty simple. Simply just this line. So if you create it and you get both these two working about your MySQL, then you click here, you should be able to see this first web page corresponding to localhost. So we know everything starts from here. So let me just open this new tab so that I can keep this. Step two, we are going to clone the whole repository using this git clone. So it's going to be git clone over here. It's going to be under database part, database JavaScript. So if it's under different directory, you need to change the URL properly. Here I use database JavaScript. So you need to revise that if it's under different directory. So let me go there now. Database, go to project one, and then I'm going to open this project one using code. So you can actually see both the backend code and the front end code. The backend I have three files: app.js, app.services.js, .env, and then front end I only have two files: index.html, index.js. We're going to look at the back end first and get it running. So let's see what we need to do to get it running. So now we are actually in step three. So actually we can access the front end already, which is a static web page, index.html. Keeping in mind, you need to use the right URL. So if you are under different directory, you need to change this URL yourself. So it's a static HTML. You can look at the source code of the index.html. It's very much just the search interface, the add name interface, and then the table, which is empty initially. So so let's get the go back to. Let's go back to this. So I'm going to open this in a different front end as well as a tab 2. So we will go back here once we set up the back end. So then now we are already at the step 4. So step 4 basically is we need to configure the database part, which is in a file called the .env. So we need to go to the .env over here. And then .env basically specify the backend part. We use 50/50. Keep in mind, if you use 5,000, you might get into trouble for Mac, which I put information over here, some tip. So you can look at it. If you have a problem with the port, you need to look at the following tips. Okay. Otherwise, usually 50/50 should be okay. And then the user name and password, I use John1234. Originally, you can use a root first to get it working, and then password is empty. But once you get it work, then you can actually change to John1234. And the way I create it is basically go here and then open the database, and then so we create a database, and then we are able to add a user. So in the beginning is a root and then password first, the empty password, and then later on, let me just put over here as the second tab, the database part. So I already created a database web app, which you need to create yourself. And now inside I created names too, so which you need to create also according to the instruction I have over here on step 5 and 6. So 6 give you this, create this table and create this database. But here in step 5, you need to rename .env by using move under Windows, and you can do that. So I'm going to go to backend over here and move .env to .env, I'm sorry. And then you rename this file to .env, then probably you're not going to see it, but it's over here, .env. So come back to here. So we have John 1234 web app, and then this is the port number of our database. This is the host. I use the web app, which we already created. Let me go to a database part now. So here you have the names we created, and then all you need to do is go to privileges and then add new. Then you can add the John, which I don't think I have. So I'm not going to do that today. You can add a John over here, password. All you need to do is just change the over here. So I'm going to use the root right now, and then password maybe just empty. We will see how this works. This should work already because we already have the know the user working with the empty. If you use a Frank, you can also change a Frank. Make sure you keep all the privilege for now. All right, so we have the database, we have the username, we have the table names. These three things are set up for the database part. Make sure all the parts are correct. Then very much, okay, we still have this file over here. I'm not going to worry about it. Let me just make sure. Sometimes it's a little bit okay. And I'm not going to have a 2.env, so I'm going to rename here. I can rename here as well. It's the same thing, .env. So I only have one file called .env root of this. So I think I'm ready to go with the backend. So let's just double check the instruction. So I'm going to initialize the backend. Initialize it. Okay. And then in addition, I need to install all these for package like we did before. I'm on step 9 now. Okay. So all done. And then I need to add this line to the package.json. So this is a new file after we install it for backend. I'm going to add over here. Don't forget the comma. So now I think I'm ready to run a backend. Let me just double check. Yes, I'm really ready. Step 11. Okay. Step 11. Ready. List name is web service running. DB connected means the database is connected. If you're able to see I'm listening, but DB connected is not there, that means either you need to double check the use, you need to double check the essentially you have the database, you have the table, and then you also have the user, which is in this case the .env over here. So all these need to be correct, and the user password also need to be correct. So otherwise, you should be able to connect to the database. The backend is working now. So what I'm going to do is I can now click the backend endpoint. So this endpoint, you can do a test and see it's working. So that means make sure the all this URL is correct. I use 5050 is the back end port number. So now I can run the front end, which is already have over here. Okay. No, this one. I think I just need to refresh it. What's wrong? Okay, something's not right over right now. Let me just see what's wrong. I think probably it's a port number issue. Pretty sure. So I think we need to change 5,000 to 5050. I think it's correct. So this should be 5050. I thought I already changed this. The port number should be 5050. Okay, let me just change the front end to call 5050. Also this one too. Do I have 85,000? Okay, one more. Because the back end, the port number we're using 5050 now, not 5,000, which has some issues with that Mac. Don't forget to save it after you change it. So I already saved everything. So hopefully this time it's going to work. This one, refresh, and TT, let me try that. Still have some issue. Let me wondering what's wrong here. Let me just do everything over again. Make sure that env 5050, that's correct. DB service, this. I just want to make sure there's no 5,000 port used right now. So okay, and this thing DB connected. Let me try it one more time. I will just stop it and stop the front end and then run again. Okay. Control flash, shift. Okay, I just need to refresh it. So I press shift and then refresh, then it comes here. Okay, good to know. So just share my experience. So now everything is working. I can add thing. I can edit. I can also search for Frank. And now Franco Wang is there. Okay, okay. If I type all, it's going to be all. And then if I say delete, it's going to be deleted. If I say delete, it's going to be deleted. And if I say edit, then this one will occur. So I can change to TT to 1, update. Then if I change to this to Michigan, then it should work as well. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.